Okay, so welcome to another episode of Drawing on Fridays with Landon Huber, the Landon Huber Experience. So, for today, I'm going to be drawing in about a half hour time. I'm thinking of doing another werewolf, but this time the werewolf is going to be kind of coming out at you in a kind of crouching position. So, let's set the timer. Set timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
And let's begin. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to establish the main big shapes. Let's start with a little bit lighter pencil maybe to get that roughed in. Of where the werewolf is going to be. I want him, both his hands to be kind of coming out like this, and then his head is going to be big coming at you down here. And his snout down there, and an open mouth with drool is necessary. And again, I'm using a lighter pencil, and I'm just keeping it very loose and gestural at this point. Trying to get as much action. That's going to be his head. This is going to be where his arms are. These arms are going back a little bit, and then these arms are coming at the side. Now, I do want to try to avoid having both these shapes be exactly the same, because I want it to be organic, and I want there to be like shreds falling off, and then maybe one leg will be kind of coming forward and tilting this way a little bit, with the other leg going back like that. I want to keep that shape. That's going to be the general area of where his head is and his ears. It'll be over there. Trying to think about this in my mind. And probably at this point you can't even really see much of what I'm roughing in, but it's more just for me to see at this point. Very light lines. This is like a 2H pencil. And this hand kind of coming out like that. And these knuckles coming down like that. And this one is more hanging at the side with maybe some shreds coming off there. Alright, I probably have the moon back here and some trees going on back here. Alright, already I think I'm going to switch to my darker pencil so I can see what's going on over here. Alright. Now you guys will actually get to see something. So, here we go. Let's start getting his face mapped out a little bit. His eye would be in here. Eyebrows. Maybe long eyes. And the snout coming down. And the nose. Should be a wolf nose. A little bit. Maybe a few whiskers. And let's make his head kind of elongated somewhat in his ears. Kind of going up here, like big. But not too big. And I'm going to want to have a lot of blacks in this because I want it to be moody. But I do want to have light coming through. I don't want to just draw the whole thing to be a big silhouette. I want to leave some room for the coloring. And right in there, let's have it more open mouth. It is true, sometimes when you're drawing, you need to rob Peter to pay Paul, that kind of thing. Sometimes you have to choose the effect you want rather than try to add too many effects simultaneously, or you want to show too many different things, and then you get one thing interfering with the other thing, and you have to choose the thing that is more important to you. And so right now we're still pretty rough, but I'm gonna attempt. Let's have his arms coming out here like this, and then shredded pieces coming down like that. Let's try to slow down a little bit. It is true that you draw with your mind. Frank Frazetta, the amazing artist, everybody knows, he suffered a stroke in his later years, which made it hard for him to draw with his right hand, and he was right-handed, and I just think that's really amazing that he was able to continue to make art. Of course, he was primarily known as a painter, but he could pretty much do anything. But he, but yeah, that's pretty amazing to be able to do it. I don't think I could do it if he asked me to suddenly switch to my left hand. So that's pretty amazing. All right, I want to try to get some more blacks on the face there. Coming from the bottom. Casting these heavy shadows on his brow. The light would hit his nose here. That would be in light, and then right here would be shadow. Because that's how you indicate lighting, is through where does the light hit the plane. And then there's a shadow on the other side, and then depending on how strong that light is, there may be also a cast shadow. Now I want it to feel like the wind is kind of blowing, so I want to have like kind of some strands of hair going out this way. Just a few. Maybe this ear comes out more like that. And then, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna, for now, switch to my bigger pencil so I can block in some of these. This is like one of those big chunky graphite sticks. And this is just going to help me to quickly black in masses of black. Which is what I want to do right now. Big mass of black. be drawn with no teeny weeny pencils right now. Give this arm some action. So for those of you that don't know, I'm going to go ahead and plug my Etsy store. My Etsy store is landonhuberart.etsy.com. So I got a bunch of cool Halloween prints and tees over there. Posters, t-shirts featuring my art and Halloween themed art. I'm also putting out these shows every Friday so that you can see regular updates from me, which is something with my previous videos that was actually absolutely impossible to do with my previous format of all that editing work that's involved. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to do those videos anymore. I'm still recording footage for them, but as many of you know, there's only so many hours in the day, and so I am going to have to edit those and put those out. I'm also a musician. I put out an album a few years back called Creature of Emotion. You guys should check that out as well. It's pretty good. Put a lot of work into it, so. But I'm not going to promote too much my music in this video because we are working on art here. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe so you guys can catch, and I think you have to click that notification bell so you guys can catch my future videos. Alright, so we're getting at a point where I need to really start like assessing what's working and what can be tweaked to work a little bit better. There's things I like about this, and in any of these videos, ultimately the picture that is going to be able to be completed at the end of just a half hour is going to be pretty rough, but I am attempting to see what I can accomplish in that period of time. So let's see here. Let's put a moon, get that a little bit more seeable back here. And start to get some more of these cool branches hanging over. And in Halloween land, any leaves should be autumn leaves, but maybe even better still, all the trees would be dead trees. So I did a panel a little while ago. They asked me what was it about horror that I liked, what attracted me to it, and what my answer was it was the imagination of it, because ever since I was a kid, I've had an overactive imagination. And I just found all these things pretty fascinating and interesting. To me, it wasn't just scary and made me repulsed. To me, it was like fascinating. These stories of werewolves and monsters and vampires and all of that. So what I'm going to draw here is actually going to be like wasps of mist. That's the right way to say it. Wasps. I don't know. I think I'll put my signature right here. Alright, so as you go, you it's helpful to sometimes squint and then try to pick apart what shapes need to be kind of fine-tuned. I need to make another tree coming on this side to make the composition work better. That face is really rough and not very great at the moment. Man. It's going to be a little bit tough to get this guy done in a half hour. It might be rough, guys. It might be rough. Also, the truth be told, just some things take longer. There's just no way around it, you know. Some tree coming down here. Indication of tree back here. Could be tree, could be things hanging from the wolf. Werewolf, that is. Alright, try to maybe draw a little bit of a sky back here. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. That was terrible. Let's see. Imagine kind of a mysterious setting back there. These parallel lines should indicate some kind of a misty background. Maybe a few more shapes to kind of give it more of a back up there. And if I had more time, I could really show what I'm thinking. More mist wrapping around. Coming down here, blowing in the wind, which is the song that this wolf monster or werewolf sings. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. That's what his voice sounds like. Okay, I'm gonna really like try to knock out his face here and see what I can do. Alright, I might have to get in there with my eraser some, fix these bad looking characteristics that this wolf monster has. eyes are strange, but strange is good. Alright. Right here is his mouth. Splits like a dog. Alright, I need an eraser, guys. There are things that need to be erased here. This pencil will be running a little bit low on batteries, or this eraser. And sometimes the things are just kind of figured out, like as I work on it, you know. I have to admit, things don't always just magically appear. That ear. Yep. Need some more white. How much time we got? 7 minutes. Goodness gracious. I don't know, this video might not go up, guys. Let's turn it upside down, see if I can simplify this a little bit. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with it? Well, sometimes you gotta erase to get there. Just where his eyes are just not quite right. If I can get this even halfway working in 7 minutes, I'll be happy. That's better. His tooth would be somewhat small right there. So sometimes you have to redraw stuff till it's presentable. Sometimes I just want to soften up things a little bit. And then later that'll have to be translated into line art. Even this ear. Goodness. A good pencil with a break area on it. Alright. Head out there a little bit more. That ear maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe you wouldn't even see all that much of that ear because there's a shadow. Just the top of it. Maybe it should go out this way more. That. I like that shape a little bit better right there. Alright, how much time we got? We got about 2.5 minutes, guys. I can tell you, in a regular world, I would not be saying, oh, I gotta get this done 2.5 minutes. But in YouTube land, all we have, so you're gonna see my hand flying right now to get just a basic idea in there. Maybe there would be some grasses. Just indications of grasses down here, which would have to be sorted out later, and maybe this lake go out here a little bit more. Ripped clothing, darken it. A few more strands of ripped cloth over here. Maybe another tree branch over there. So what I'm doing is just trying to bring an entire sort of realized image together. We need bats, of course we need bats. How fast can you draw bats? Not fast enough for 2.5 minutes. But by drawing this fast, you do get this kind of crazy kinetic energy kind of thing happening in the piece. But when you slow down, you kind of lose a little bit. But sometimes you gotta slow down. These things don't just happen like fast. Oh my goodness. Well, there's the timer, guys. You know what that means. It has been 30 minutes. So, again, as I say, I would really need to spend a few hours on this thing to kind of fine tune it, and then at least a day to ink it correctly and work out the bugs, but you see what's possible in about 30 minutes here. I'm still even going past my clock a little bit to kind of try to have a presentable final image for you. But I gotta call the show. So thanks for coming by. It's been a good Friday so far. Hope you're having a good Friday. Sometimes you have to cut in little white shapes where you need them. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the show, guys. So thanks for stopping by. And I hope you enjoyed watching the Landon Huber Experience. Drawing on Fridays. See you next time. Bye, guys.